Well, GineOn, my name is Empress Zingha, and this week's feature is none other than the artist Teff Hinkson. We are going to have a really cool time.
GineOn.
Well, GineOn. Thanks for being on this week's feature.
It's a pleasure. I like what you guys are doing.
Thank you. Tell me first, how has it been getting back to Barbados and grinding?
Man, it's just enjoyable, you know. It's organic. It's where I laid all of my initial groundwork, so I just really enjoy grinding. I definitely enjoy it more than out there. I enjoy it there a lot, but yeah, I really enjoy the grind here. I enjoy like what we have to offer. So when I'm submerged in here, I find that I'm at my best creative work.
That's nice to know.
Yeah.
On your IG account, I laughed because you know everybody's got them profile like I do this and I do that. I do this, I do that. On yours, you're like, I'm an actual rapper. Was an actual rapper?
Nah, I said that because like, and I seen somebody else say about the word artist today on Facebook, but sometimes when you might just call yourself a term, it might just sound so dumb it doesn't to like the average person. In other places in the world, everybody's a rapper. So it's like, to put rapper, I was like, I don't know, I find myself to be witty, and that was just what came to me when I was doing my bio. So I was like, you know, actual rapper.
Could you tell me about putting in your authenticity, because you're Bajan, yeah, but you're now pushing that brand now just a little bit harder than you would have before.
I'm the same way I always was. It's just, it's better, it's branded better now, so I communicate it more easily. And then obviously when I was younger on the way up, I had to kind of understand certain things as I moved through them. So you know, there's certain things you would figure out are comfort zones, certain things you would figure out are creatively connecting to what you do. So I feel like as you grow in music, you should always learn so that you can actually grow and zone in on what is your best artistry. So that's basically what that is. I don't think I'm any different. I just think it's pretty much a gradual progression that I made to where I am here. There was no drastic change. To the viewer, it might seem that way. Like I said, branding became better when I got with a production company in Toronto, Island Indigo. Because then it wasn't just Teff hustling anymore. It was a team of people to actually help with stuff. So execution got a lot easier.
Tell us more now about Island Indigo.
Okay. Yeah, so Island Indigo is basically a production label based in Toronto. That would be the first artist I would say to it. Yeah. So I actually have a lot of creative input as well.
Okay.
But other than it being a production label, which actually helped me so much because I met a lot of people through it. I got a lot of resources that came naturally, people that I'm good friends with. So that was really great, and like I said, I met a lot of people, learned a lot. But also, as far as here, I try to bring the brand of Island Indigo to Barbados, to basically what it means, because Island Indigo, the definition of an Island Indigo would be a young person from the islands with special talents.
Yeah.
Right, in some way. So as an extension of the brand, I like to kind of just apply it to almost everything that I'm doing here. For instance, there's an interview series just like you guys that I produce called Island Indigo Interrogations, which kind of, yeah, but it's pretty cool name. But it focuses on younger people from Barbados under the categories of music, sports, fashion, and art, who have made some type of international impact that may or may not have been related.
Okay.
So that I kind of use that so that people could understand what Island Indigo is more and more. Like, I find that there's such a surge right now of talent. Like, I don't want to get too age specific, you know what I mean? I had all my glory, all my young glory between 17 and 21. And I only say 17 and 21 because I don't know anybody below that age like that. But it's the next level. Like, if y'all are not aware of it, there's a next level wave of talent in that age group that is beyond ridiculous. And I don't know where it came from. don't know if it's because they escaped like the Rihanna fairy tale.
Maybe.
Kinda.
Yeah.
But jeez, they're ridiculous. But yeah, like Indigo is about that. It's about what I went through in my path, and I learned from it, and I yearn more for, and I have a passion for. People like myself having an easier time or more direction in what we're trying to do out here, which is things that might not be 100% from the core of Barbados. A lot of it is, but just stuff that necessarily might not have a set industry or channels to push out. I really want people like that to have a better, an easier way forward. And I think with the internet and the way that we could just control things, like we got the resources right now for the talent to get out there and to showcase it. So I'm doing the best I could in my ability. You guys see the yellow booth. You're familiar with me spitting in it.
Chris Rose Loop, yellow booth. Woo! Right check. Up late might sound a little groggy. Flip the John King night, sound a little yachty. Dedicated life, this ain't just a little hobby. Everybody want a hottie with a big body. House on the hill and a Benz big body. Whether you from Bali, Bim or Bengali. Bumpin' Mavado boy, I been gully. Big fish bravado boy, I been guppy. I know boys, your life would turn duppy for a Coke 2-piece and fries from Kentucky. I ain't even bragging though, I'm just saying. No opportunities to make progress. Man gonna turn the crime to fill payments. Can't even buy cologne but still spraying. My flow, grind flow mixed with Lil Beijing. Half GXO mixed with Lil Beijing. Hey.
But now I'm featuring from this week, since I released Vibe Like You, and I'm pushing that vibe and I'm focusing on gigs this summer. I know my gig wave.
Okay.
It's all the promotional wave. I do things in wave. So I am performance mode right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to be featuring a lot of people that I came across over a long period of time that I think are crazy talent, not only rap, not only music, just talent that I want people to see.
So in terms of you mentoring all of these new and upcoming people, how has it been?
Well, firstly, what I would say is I appreciate that comment. I would leave it up to whoever I'm working with to call it mentoring, rather than me calling it mentoring. Because really and truly, everyone that I've connected with, it was all natural. It wasn't like, yo, let me look at this artist and see what he could do better. It just so happens that I got the experience, and these guys I have linked with, I just show them what not to make a mistake with, that I would have made a mistake with, so that their path is smoother. So that's all it really is, and to make sure that these talents that are so crazy get out there. I do learn a lot from them in terms of how that new wave operates, like what they tune into, what appeals to them, like the science of it. I've always been a scientist with this thing, for real. People don't know that about me, because I come across real chill and whatever, but I'm real into what I do, like for real, for real.
So how, in terms of you being a scientist for this industry, what have you found, or what have you hypothesized?
Well, firstly, shout outs to Marvin. Marvin is the original scientist. Firstly, he actually way back in the day, not even that far back, a good couple years back, he used to, let's say around like 2011 or so, 2012, he was my mentor in that he was the one that allowed me to get more comfortable with my voice. Piece of science I could drop. That both me and Marvin came up with simultaneously one night chilling. I think we were, at the time we were talking about rap, because it used to be like me, I used to look at him as Shane Free. So I used to chill with them a lot, learn from them a lot. And Shane Free was already in his zone of full island artist expression, you know what I mean? Marvin as well. And I still, you know, like, I never, except for like my very first, like way back, I never was like an American accent rapper, right? But there's always a zone where you can get more and more comfortable with how you are, right? And they brought me to that, and the science that kind of helped was the night me and Marvin. So we were listening to Rihanna, and it was, at that time it was, we were looking at two different songs. It was, I think, Only Girl in the World played first, and after that it was Pour It Up. And the Only Girl now, you know, that's like, how you gonna make me feel? So that's like a performance voice, because it's a high note, right? So you kind of got put on a performance voice. So that's when you would more be in that zone of international. Now steady, pour up. Once you go into the verses, you kind of go into a lower tone. When you go into a lower tone, we realize from other things, but it was plain lace from looking at Rihanna, that when you go into your lower tone, you don't have a choice but to express in your most natural voice. So it's just
Okay.
love in dollar bill. You can't really put on a performance voice in your low voice, and naturally, I have a deep voice. So
You go to
yeah, so
your
somewhere around I Need a Moment times, which was like 2012, 2013, is when I started to get comfortable in that zone, all the way to know where I got a song like you.
So when you say that you did not feel comfortable, or you're no more comfortable with what you're doing, what you thought, what do you think that was maybe a block where that is concerned?
I was always comfortable, but what allowed me to really learn is, I think as I continued through and I worked with different engineers, as well as, like I said, coming up, really looking at some Marvin and them, he taught me a lot about melody and of the music of it. I was actually in my parents put me in a choir, and I was in one up to like 11 years old.
God, dear. I want pictures.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so there was already music in me. But then when I got to the rap thing, when I was first in it, I wasn't really studying that much of the music part of it. More so like catchy hook melody, if anything, but they took it there from me.
In terms of the product that you are creating, whether it is written or whether it is free, you have, I find that you have a nice balance in terms of this Bajan thing, but yet still
a universal tone of voice.
Yeah, you find that it's received well?
I do, actually. Really and truly, for me, the expression is simply what I am. Like, all of my family lives in Toronto except my except my parents, because even my brother lives in Toronto. My grandmother lives there, all my aunts, uncles, cousins, you name it. So from a very young age, I was going there every year. You know what I mean? So that is why I'm also so influenced by culture outside of here, as much as I'm influenced by culture here. Okay. So that's firstly. Then secondly, as far as being received, I think no more than ever. It was being received well, because the thing about out there is those territories are so huge. So to actually move music over there, you kind of gotta be socially connected or catch a super lucky song break where like it gets in the right person's hands and moves. But everything now is analytics and metrics and
science.
Everything is science. So there's no more artist development. So many people have good music. So one thing I definitely got from being out there is knowing that my music is good genuinely from people that I could trust, and from people communicating to people, and people sending stuff to people and getting feedback. They love it. They love the edge on it. Because for the last maybe year or so, they've been on our eggplant emoji. The Caribbean, you know what I mean? Yes. Yeah, they've been on our style. And I also said in an interview, I did an interview with Noisy. And they asked me like, what do you think about Drake, right? Like Jack in the Caribbean style. But I mean, it wasn't crazy to me, specifically for me. I can't speak for anybody else, but specifically for me, it made it easier for me to then communicate my specific style to the world, because he was going in a zone that is easier for us to navigate.
Okay.
Right?
I get you.
I don't make music thinking mainstream. Truth is, right now with music, it is hard to express yourself exactly how you want to and make a lot of money. Because it's more condensed now, it's more a lane thing than it was ever before. Whereas like the game, all genres kind of had like a lot more diversity. So like before my time, you had like, at any given time, you got your Redman, your Andre 3000, your Bone Thugs and Harmony, your Jay-Z. It was all different. No, because it's so condensed, because music becomes such a business, it's about certain lanes. It's like business now, for real. So you find people in the hardcore genre almost trying to be like their best Drake, best Travis Scott, or best Future, kind of. But the world connecting more, because that really is why Caribbean music is getting more love. It kind of started with house music fusing with the rest,
tropical house.
And then it went to Afro beats and tropical house, and then from tropical house it went to soca, because it's all one original beat.
Yeah.
Originally African.
Yes.
And they're different drum patterns, but that's one that people can. So you know, I'm just real happy with where I am right now.
Alright, got one more question. Now that we are remove kind of and thing.
No mankind is a werewolf.
What is your legacy? That's my question for everybody. What's your legacy that you want to leave behind, or what it is that you want to be remembered for?
Persistence, individuality. Those two things firstly. But the same way you could look at Rihanna and kind of, if you, for instance, if you like R&B and you were from Barbados before Rihanna, you would have never thought that there would be a possibility that a Bajan could take over the world like that. So what she left behind for not only Bajan girls, Caribbean girls all over the world, confidence is that she lived a life. She didn't have to say stuff. She by action, she affected so many people, inspired so many people.
Yeah.
I want people to remember me as a guy that fought through the impossible. You know what I mean? Something like rap, which is not traditionally from here, even though if we get deeper it is, but as we know it's not traditionally from here. So taking that, starting at some way that, you know, people used to be like, man, you wasting your time with this, that, and the next thing when I was going to UE, to the point that I am right now. That alone, right, if I was today, I kinda actually am happy in the path that I'm taking already, and that I could have left something here. The other thing I want to leave, which is attached to that, is I want to make sure, and we spoke on it earlier, that other people like myself, people that you might be doing something that's not already celebrated or is not already open and has a clear path like other stuff, but it's what you have a passion for, what you really want to push out. I want to make it that there's a more even playing field for creatives, especially that are trying to express themselves in their way, how they want to do it, and make an international impact, a local impact and an international impact. That is kind of what I want to be remembered for.
All right.
And for the camera, selfishly for myself, you must remember me as the hardest bars man of my time. Hardest rapper, Barbadian, of my time. Remember it.
Guys, this has been another GineOn interview. This has been Teff Hinkson. Go and check out Vibe Like You on SoundCloud. It's all there, all his other hits, all the other music that you need to hear. Pretty much say he's the hardest bars man. People can come for you because of that here. Or go, you ready?
Born ready. Then ready.
We can see you somewhere, sometime. Later.
Time for a vibe like you. I've been waiting a long time for a vibe like you.
In nature, watch for the centerpiece thing, no sting, but I hop on the melody, no hopscotch, cause I don't play games. Tip of the pencil, penetrate brains. My brain just manufacture flames. Them try to do the same, but they can't maintain. That's why girls wanna touch my physical. Let's get physical, touch my hands. Let me go again.